This is On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. A weekly recap of your Philadelphia Flyers from blue line to blue line. Broadcasting live from Chickies and Pete's, tonight's show is brought to you by Pan and Stone Spa, Pat Dion Beverages, The Capitol Grill, Chickies and Pete's, Payroll Service Solutions, and Independence Blue Cross. We now go live to Chickies and Pete's for On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Now, here are your hosts, former Flyer Brad Marsh and Paul Jolovitz.
And welcome everybody to Chickies and Pete's, gorgeous Chickies and Pete's here in Malton, New Jersey on a very trafficy, rainy Wednesday night. Got everybody here, got a lot of energy, a lot of people in town for the alumni weekend that we're going to talk about. This is On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. I'm Paul Jolovitz. My co-host runs the Flyers alumni. We're going to talk about that plenty tonight. Mr. Brad Marsh, how are you, buddy?
Very good, Jolly. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. And we have a guest tonight that we love. I know you love him. I do too. He is
easy,
buddy.
I don't have those feelings for him.
He is an ambassador, not to the United Nations, not to Finland, but for the Philadelphia Flyers. He scored the winning goal in Cup number 2, 1975. Former Flyer and Washington Capitol for 12 years in NHLer. Mr. Bob Kelly, how are you, Hound?
Great, Paul. Thanks for having me on the show.
Thank you for being here. I guess first question, right out of the gate, it used to be called Mad Dog, Machine Gun Kelly. Then they went to Hound, and there was a specific reason for it. What happened?
Well, I had a lot of nicknames, some you can't repeat, but basically, when I first come in, our first day of training camp, I ran over Joe Watson and flattened him. And he got up spitting and hacking, and he's yelling at Keith Allen. He says, I don't know who that kid, where he came from, but he said, you better sign that kid. He said, he plays like a mad dog. So Mad Dog was my first nickname, and then after about a year in there, I said, you know what, I'm around kids a lot, and one thing about being around the kids is I don't want to be called Mad Dog. So we switched it to Hound, and it's been Hound ever since.
Brad, you ever have you were kind of without a nickname, weren't you?
Marshy, that was about it. In Detroit, I was called Swampy.
Swampy, because?
But other than that, now it was pretty much Marshy. And but it's funny, when I see guys from the Red Wings, they call me Swampy. When I see other players in other teams, it's always Marshy. So it's kind of neat.
I think back in those days, everybody had a nickname. It was kind of cool to have one and all that stuff. You shorten people's names down. You don't call them by the full name. So it's fun.
Nicknames are going to be aplenty, guys, this weekend. Hall of Fame weekend. Mark Recchi, an assistant with Columbus, now going to be inducted, Brad, in the Flyers Hall of Fame Saturday. Bruins and the Flyers going to play an alumni game celebrating the 50th year of the Stanley Cup before the Bruins and Flyers play for real on Saturday. I know you and Hound are both big into this. Give me a little bit of a list, and the listeners out there, who they can expect to see both playing and just in the house if they come on Friday.
Well, the thing is to me, you look at Saturday, and that's a really special day. It's the induction day of Mark Recchi, and Rex is very well deserving. The guy is a goal scorer. The guy was an unbelievable good hockey player, and on top of all that, he's a great guy. We've had him at a number of our alumni events, and just a great guy that the fans love him. And then if you turn the clock back to the previous page, previous date, the alumni were taking the ice against the Bruins alumni. Our Flyers alumni, we got a lot of great players coming back, but a lot of first-time players coming back too. Dennis Seidenberg, first time he's taken, dressing up and taken to the patrolling the blue line for us. Mike Richards, of course, and like I said, quite a few new guys. But to me, the really neat thing about the whole weekend is the alumni game, the Recchi induction. But the neat thing is, we have all the Stanley Cup guys back from 74 and 75, and we're going to pay tribute to them. Great celebration before the puck is dropped for the alumni game. And it's just going to be great to have Flyers alumni from every decade, not only in the house, but specifically in the dressing room, telling stories and so on, and reconnecting in a lot of cases.
I know how hard you've worked at it, and it should be a fun event. One of these Stanley Cup guys is sitting to your left, and to my left as well. That was a stupid thing to say. What's it going to be like to see a lot of the guys back, Bob? Obviously, most of the living Broad Street Bullies are back. Everybody likes to relive the past. What's it going to be like for you?
Well, I think it's the same thing. You're really happy to see the guys back in town, and You know, Brad's done a great job since he's come back from Ottawa there, putting the alumni together. He keeps everybody going, everybody's moving. There's always lots of interaction with the guys that have been there. So when you get a chance to kick, you know, with some different guys who are back here, it's going to be makes for a fun night out there. Everybody's having fun, but you know, it's a lot of hard work he did, but it's so great to see all the guys and get that many guys back together.
Brad, if you want, I mean, time of anything I might be missing, anything for people out there listening that they can come to?
Well, there's still tickets available for the game, and you can just go to flyerscharities.com and they can purchase tickets. They start
the alumni game or the real game?
The alumni game.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know, the tickets start at $25. And what I like to talk about are the alumni games. It's really special because you'll see a Flyer fan. You'll see a whole family. You see Grandpa there and his son there and his grandkids there, and there's somebody from every decade that the various Flyer fans can cheer for. And for that moment, they're sitting in the stands. They remember back when Patrick Sharp did this. And granted, it was 10 years ago or 15 years ago or whatever it was, or they remember when Mark Hound did this. Granted, that was a long time ago. And we haven't mentioned the infamous Joe Watson, who is going to be lacing the blades up once again. We say it's the last time, but I think the last time we had an alumni game, it was the last time, and the one before that was the last time. But Joe's 82 years old. He'll be dressing up, and it's going to be a real special night to see Joe patrolling the blue line out there.
All right, Bob, you ran over Joe Watson the first day of training camp 50 years ago. You going to run him over again? Are you playing this weekend?
No, I'm not playing. There's no need to see an 80-plus-year-old guy trying to skate down the ice. And you know, I've said it like no disrespect with Joey, but you know, the main thing is make sure Joe doesn't get hurt. If you look at the lineups coming, what Boston has as well too. I mean, we got a big lineup of guys who can shoot that puck. John LeClaire and Lindros and Richards, and who, you know, Brash is out there banging around. I mean, you know, you don't want somebody to get hurt by running into him, and it's just fun to watch Joel out there. But you know, I don't know if he can even find a helmet. Doesn't own one in his bag, that's for sure. But he's a lot of fun out there. For Joel, I'm happy as can be, and just hoping, you know, we have 7 defensemen, so I say just take a loop, do a swan song out there, wave to everybody, and then get off the ice.
Well, Flyers, I mean, they've been playing with 7 defensemen lately. Drysdale Monday night scored a goal in the 17 rotation. Brad, I don't know if you're aware, at football practice, any team, high school, college, pro, quarterback wears a red jersey. Don't hit him during practice. Joe Watson going to have a special jersey on Friday night?
Oh, Motormouth, you'll be able to hear him out there. You'll be able to hear him out there. But nah, it's the alumni games. They're fun. They start out fun, but
Are you playing?
yeah. But I tell you, as the game goes on, the intensity starts to heat up a little bit, and because we're still competitors, we still want to win, and even though we're well past our prime, the games are very entertaining and very exciting, and so like I said, there's still tickets available. Come on down, soak in the atmosphere, because I'll tell you what, we're going to have all the Stanley Cup guys. Most of them came back. They will never have the opportunity to cheer for the Stanley Cup guys again. This will be the last time that we're doing it. Not that we're not going to bring them in anymore, but they won't be under the same roof anymore.
All right, truth serum time. Let's say John LeClaire, Eric Lindros winding up in the slot from the blue line, whatever. Brad Marsh, Flyer defenseman's in between them and the net. You trying to block this shot in this alumni game, or some things bygones be bygones?
No, it's, as the intensity heats up, that you know, you think back and you do what your instincts tell you. And so, over the years in the various alumni games that I've played in, and I know Hound, you played in a lot before you hung up the blades officially. You do what comes natural to you, and you know, I've blocked shots in lots of alumni games before, and it's fine.
You know, you may be older, getting older, whatever, but you know, that adrenaline, that mindset is still in your head. It's not coming out. It's in there till the end. And when you see the guys lined up against each other and stuff like that, I mean, it's pretty cool. You know, you're back out here again. You're back in the atmosphere. I know our fans will be charged up. It'll be a great show for them. A really good ticket, good pricing, so it's worth coming down and cheering on.
It really should be fantastic for any fan. I know I'll be there, and many people, like Brad said, grandfathers, kids, grandkids over the years. Bob, the Broad Street Bullies obviously are the centerpiece, having won the only 2 cups here 50 years ago, the first one that is. And Ed Snyder brought a lot of guys here. The Broad Street Bullies were a team with an attitude, with an identity. That was no accident. I was reading an interview you gave a few years ago where you talked about how the Flyers were an expansion team in '67, seen as a little bit maybe light and not willing to fight and you know, go the corners and the like. Ed Snyder changed that intentionally. Tell us about that if you can.
Well, I think that you know, we weren't there to fight, but that's just the intensity that was in there. I mean, the Flyers have been pushed around, you know, by the St. Louis Blues from inception and all that. So he was looking to change that. He said, "Hey, if you can have these guys, we can have some." And you know, I think it was Claude Laforge. Is that
For the Blues?
No,
the
no.
Plager brothers.
Yeah, the Plagers and Picard and all those guys. He used to beat the crap out of our guys. So he said he was going to put an end to it. So he went out and got some different character guys that wanted to play, but also with talent. And then as we grew for a couple of years, and we got more and more guys who could come in and really play and move the puck around. We became a force, and it started from the goaltender all the way out. Strong defenseman we had back there, and we just kept building on that.
Yeah, Brad, the Broad Street Bullies had a lot of guys that could rough it up and were physical, but they didn't have anybody that couldn't play at all, like some teams did, right?
Well, 100%. They had a lot of skill in that team. You know, you look at Billy Barber, you look at you know, Reggie Leach, you look at Rick McLeish, and you know, they could play the game, and so they're quite often very much miscategorized. And yes, they were tough, and yes, they fought, and yes, Dave Schultz led the charge a lot of the times, along with Mr. Kelly here. But they could also beat you with a little bit of finesse.
And finesse is what Bob Kelly is not really known for, but it was cup-winning goal in 1975. You're one of a limited amount of people to ever score the winning goal to light the lamp that brought the treasured vase back to Philadelphia. What was that like? Not just winning the cup, but scoring the winning goal and maybe playing against type to some people.
Well, there was a lot of guys that rolled over in their grave when I scored the goal. I can tell you that. But it was just one of those things that, you know, again, we practiced a lot of plays. You know, after practice was over, we'd stay out and we'd do different things. But you know, that's only one goal. That one goal doesn't represent anything. It represents the whole team, if you want to go that route. Because if the whole team's involved, I don't score unless people make some help for me down the line there. And it's all about everybody working together. And I said, it's not one person, it's a team. It's a team atmosphere when you're inside the locker room, when you're on the bus and stuff like that. I mean, it's the guys that it's all about. And if the guys don't have your back, you know, you have problems down the line. And we had no problems with our guys. Everybody got along out there. Everybody was for everybody. Everybody was for the team. We had, you know, Freddie was the leader there with all of his different drills he would initiate and do. But, you know, it started with Ed Snyder. And just, you know, we had a really tight locker room, which you have to have.
Brad, you came in 1979, played a while with the Flyers. You went to Ottawa, had a restaurant, and then came back. I don't think I've ever asked you this before on the show, but you run the Flyer alumni. You do a great job by everybody's acclaim. What brought you back? What was the thing that brought you back, and how much of a blast is it for you to do what you do?
Well, we lived in the Ottawa Senators were the last team I played for, and then when we decided to stay there after when I retired, I worked with the Senators. I was director of team and business development. I did a lot of stuff with Ottawa that I'm doing now with Philadelphia. But we wanted our kids to grow up like I did, playing hockey outdoors, playing on the frozen ponds and so on. And so it was they had a wonderful childhood, but they're all married now, graduated from college. They all got their adult jobs, as they refer to them, and live in various places and do various things. And so we decided to come back here because my wife's from Philadelphia. But Paul Holmgren was the president of the team at that time, and so you know, I had an opportunity, and Homer offered me a job, and so it was an easy decision to come back. And so it's great. It's great fun working with the alumni.
Well, we'll be talking about that a lot this show. Alumni Weekend this weekend. Mark Recchi, Flyer Hall of Fame Saturday. Games at 12:30, I think.
Yes.
Friday night, 7 o'clock, correct?
7 o'clock ceremony. The Stanley Cup ceremony starts 7 o'clock sharp.
Is there something afterwards for fans?
No, just for the players.
All right. Just for the players. I'm sure there'll be fun and merriment, a lot there, and we'll talk about it more. Bob Kelly's with us. Flyers have had some tough times recently. Lost their last 3. Teams, to me, are measured by what they do when adversity calls. We'll ask these guys about it when we come back. This is the Independence Blue Cross on the ice from Chickies and Pete's in Marlton. Great crowd, a lot of energy. Hopefully for the Flyers tomorrow night in Detroit as well. We're back right after this. Stay with us.
Millions of Americans are losing their medical assistance or Medicaid coverage. If this affects you, Independence Blue Cross can help. You may be eligible to enroll in a health plan for as little as $0 a month. With stays and prescriptions. See if you qualify for $0 health insurance and enroll today. Call Independence Blue Cross at 1-844-464-2583 or visit ibx.com/staycovered.
Is your home sad, lonely, and depressed? Feeling like the last house on a dead-end road? Your home may be suffering from muddy gutter syndrome. A simple call to the Delaware Valley Gutter Monkeys is the first step in the solution to muddy gutter syndrome, a medically recognized condition. Millions of homes suffer in silence from this disease, but now there's help. Break this silence.
The Delaware Valley Gutter Monkeys may result in bright smiles, excessive happiness, joyous lawn dancing, and overzealous celebration. On rare occasions, cartwheels and backflips have occurred. A Delaware Valley Gutter Monkey treatment is safe for women who are pregnant or trying to become pregnant. Gutter cleaning may not be right for everyone, only people whose homes who actually have gutters.
Visit us at DelawareValleyGutterMonkeys.com.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Old Boulevard, to get all your essentials in one place, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Hair Cuttery, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, R&J Smoothies and Juices, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one stop for all your shopping needs at South Oxford Valley Road and South Old Boulevard in Fairless Hills.
If you're looking for a stylish and sophisticated fine dining experience, visit your Eddie V's Prime Seafood Restaurant near King of Prussia. Eddie V's Seafood features an abundant selection of fine wines and curated cocktails to complement exquisite steaks and seafood made from the highest quality ingredients. In the V Lounge, sip on imaginative handcrafted cocktails with attitude while enjoying signature appetizers. Conveniently located between I-276 and I-76 near the King of Prussia Mall. Call them today, 610-337-7823 to schedule your night out for Eddie V's Prime Seafood.
Joseph Anthony Retreat Spa and Salon is the true retreat from the everyday, with locations in Glen Mills, Springfield, and Center City. Joseph Anthony is a premier salon and spa destination that offers unique and luxurious services such as the soft back float and hydrofacial. The Center City location, located on the 5th floor of the beautiful Lowe's Hotel, is now open and features an exclusive summer menu where you can indulge in the Joseph Anthony experience in the exquisite Turkish bath. Joseph Anthony's little black card is the perfect gift for all your loved ones' relaxation needs. Call or go online to josephanthony.com. That's josephanthony.com. A truly unique dining experience awaits you at Fogo de Chão. Fogo de Chão awes patrons with their history and tradition of authentic Brazilian steakhouse, offering many cuts of decadent fire-roasted meats prepared over an open fire and served tableside by trained gaucho chefs. Fogo de Chão, 1337 Chestnut Street in Center City, Philadelphia. For reservations, go to www.fogo.com or call 215-636-9700.
Payroll Service Solutions was established in 2001 to cater to the payroll needs of small to medium-sized businesses. Payroll Service Solutions offers unparalleled customer service while they deliver a complete and accurate payroll. When calling Payroll Service Solutions, you will never be put into a voicemail or go through a series of prompts to get to a person. All customer service representatives are extensively trained to handle all of your payroll needs, therefore saving you time. They value each and every one of their clients. No account is too small. Call Payroll Service Solutions today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for a no-obligation review of your payroll needs. That number again is 1-866-PAYEASY. Payroll Service Solutions.
Hi, it's Pete from Chickie and Pete's. You're home away from home for the pro football playoffs. Nobody does playoff watch parties better than Chickies and Pete's. Come for the best in-game experience and join the best fans in the world for the playoffs. Enjoy all your Chicky and Pete's game day favorites with daily ice-cold draft beer specials and our seasonal cocktails. Plus the unbeatable combination of playoff football and Chicky and Pete's world-famous crab fries. It's game time, only at Chickies and Pete's.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Once again, we're your host, Paul Jolovitz, and former Flyer Brad Marsh.
And you're listening to On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross, live from Chickies and Pete's right here in Marlton, right here on 1490 WBCB. It's time now for the Independence Blue Cross Live Fearless Player of the Week. This week it's Igor Zamula, who had 2 goals and an assist on Sunday against the Senators. Remember to choose Independence Blue Cross today and begin to live fearless. I'm with 2 magicians, Brad Marsh and Bob Kelly, who along with me are making an order of crab fries disappear. They are pretty darn good, guys, aren't they? Chickies and Pete's knows what they're doing. Pete has a little gauge on the Flyers, doesn't he, Bob?
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Good stuff, absolutely good stuff.
Your hand's pretty big for taking all the fries. But
it
that's
is.
All right.
There we are. We were talking during the break, guys, about stories, and alumni get together this week. You tell stories. I don't care if you're a hockey player, an accountant, anybody that does anything in life. Life is about what we do in our lives, and then retelling it later. Brad first, and Bob, I guess. How important are stories to you, and how much fun will it be sitting in that locker room for as long as time lets you, just spinning them?
Well, the thing is stories are important. I like to refer to them as experiences, and in a lot of things, especially back in the older days, the free agency wasn't there like it is now in professional sports, and the trades weren't as predominant now as they were back then. And so when a GM, in this case Keith Allen, put together a team, you were there. And you were teammates through thick and thin, and you experienced so many things. And you know, you draft a kid at 20 years old, now it's 18, and you know, he comes into the team, and you know, they're still growing up, they're still kids. And so when a veteran on the team takes, you said you were, what, 19 years old, and you ran over Joe Watson. Well, that was probably the best thing you did. You could have done, because 1, it helped you make the team, but 2, Joe Watson and the veterans on the team brought him, put him under their arm and brought him into the team. He's one of us now, and so you experience so many things. And how many years later, Joe still tells that story when he got run over by And so there's so many experiences, and that's why, you know, I'm close with a lot of my NHL teammates, but the junior teammates you're really close with, because you're 16, 17, and you're experiencing so many things for the first time. You're really, really growing up together. And so the sports world and the hockey world in this case is extremely close because of all those experiences.
You know, I had an experience when I was in Oshawa. Well, then I was in Flyers, and we played an exhibition game back in Oshawa. We were playing the Oakland Seal guys, and I'm sitting behind, you remember Wayne Hillman, Larry Hillman? So I'm sitting beside Wayne Hillman. He goes, "Hey kid," now this is an older guy. I'm like, "Hey kid, you want to make the team?" I go, yeah. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And he said, "Next time out, go give it to that kid on defense. Just go give it to him." So I said, "Oh yeah, the guy with the beard, sort of the mustache and whatever." So I go out there, engaged in the fight, did okay, came back. I said, "Well, what do you think? Did I make the team now or whatever?" He says, "Yeah, you did okay." It was Carl Vadnais, and he had won. He was the penalty leader that year. The year before that, and he was sticking everybody. I didn't know who he was.
But it was a long time in the NHL, right?
So welcome.
Yeah,
You're here.
that was the hockey version of a boy named Sue. That's why he was a tough player, because he was his name was Carroll. But anyhow, he was a tough boy, but he was a good defenseman too. Skilled.
Oh yeah,
he could score the points.
Played for a long, long time, guys. The Flyers are in a rut right now, and we're not going to talk about this because A, we have no idea what's going on. B, the Flyers are kind of bound by a gag order. The NHL said, "Let us take care of it." Carter Hart took an indefinite leave of absence. We can all speculate, but we're not going to do that either as to why. Some other guys did around the NHL. Without even talking about it, Bob, what does that do to a team when you're going to lose your goalie for whatever reason for an indefinite period of time? What does John Tortorella and obviously Urson and Cal Peterson, what do they have to do to bring the troops around?
Well, you have to move on, and you can't can't dwell on it because there's nothing you can do about it. It's out of everybody's hands other than the people who are handling it. So we have no comments. We have nothing that's going to change, make, or do anything different out there. So it has to sort itself out, but there's nothing that we can do about it. It's a league thing. So
Same thing, Brad?
Yeah. Merson stops the puck and slowly turns the ship around. The team already has the utmost confidence in him as he's played really well this year.
What about Cal Peterson, the guy that's going to come in?
That's a question mark. I'd like to see a few more games given to Urson, but I'm not the coach making those decisions. I'd like to see him take on a little Marty Brodeur status and just kind of play all the games. But anyhow, what happened yesterday was a distraction, is a distraction, but as Hound hit the nail on the head, they're back on the ice tomorrow. They're in Detroit tonight. They're back on the ice tomorrow and playing the Red Wings, and they got to turn the page and they got to move forward because this is their team now, because no one knows how long the indefinite leave is going to last. But
Hound Marsh, you talked about this just a second ago. When you played, Bernie was at number one. Wayne Stevenson, maybe Bobby Taylor, very rarely played. Today it's pretty much different. I can't figure out any logical reason why for that. I mean, 80 games, 82 games, 82 games. Why do you think it is that goalies have evolved into this tandem thing? And can Sam Urson handle the load? Can he play 75% of the games here on out? What do you think?
I don't know. I like Urson when he played. I mean, if you saw 2 games ago, the switch turn when they pulled hard, the switch turn, man, it was like night and day the way the guys come out and play. So sometimes you get like a false sense of where you're going to go, who's going to lead you. But the goaltending is where it all ends at. You can do all you want to do, but the goaltending, they got to make the big stops, and they got to compete. They're competing against each other, and you want to be the best that you can be. You don't get a whole lot of chances. There's only 2 goaltenders on the team. You got stuff in the minors, but it's still, I think, to be decided. And I think that I don't know exactly the names of the kids, but they got some good young kids who are coming in the pipeline there. There's some kids overseas. It'd be nice to get back, get over here and see what they can do. But it all stuff. The goaltender makes the game.
But a lot of people say defenseman, it depends on your defense, your forwards. Obviously, sports depend on everybody, but with a goalie back there with Sam Urson, and that with Cal Peterson, with Carter Hart, with Bernie Parent, with Martin Brodeur, did you ever play differently, knowing that a different guy was in the net? You take more chances, maybe play differently to score, or a little more defensive, or do you just play your game and whoever's back there is back there?
Well, I'd like to think you just go out and play your game, but there is an obvious difference when a team has the utmost confidence in a goalie, and it's not so much a goalie making a save or the saves during a game, 32 saves or whatever. It's the goalie that makes the save at the right time. Because how many times in the game you have seen a big save at this end, then you go down and score? And so the one thing about good goalies, great goalies, they always seem, every goalie is going to let in a bad goal or a weak goal. But the good ones always seem to make the right save at the right time. And back in '84, we had Pelle Lindbergh. And we had a young team, but Pelle Lindbergh was unbelievable that year, and he gave us the confidence when we made a mistake in front of him. He was there to backstop us, and that allowed us to gain the confidence that we could try this and do this and then play our own style of game. Then we followed up with Hexie, and it looked like for the first time in a long time that we had a goalie tandem that was going to lead the way for us, and now it falls on Urson, and I have the utmost confidence in him.
Yeah, the trade deadline's a few weeks away, Bob, and even before this, people were saying, do you trade Carter Hart for another piece of the puzzle rebuilding? I was kind of against that. You got a franchise goalie. But Sam Urson's kind of come out of nowhere this year, played pretty well last year as a backup. He's been more than a backup. I think he is a number one. How surprising is that? And how many guys have you seen that with, where a guy can come in one role and wind up, like I said, starting like Sam Urson? As Mr. Al Morgani has walked in the house. Nice to see you here. No voice. There we are.
We like it that way, Al.
There we are. But did you think Sam Urson was a starter, Bob?
I think he proved himself. Went to Lehigh there. He worked hard in there. He got some wins in there. They gave him a chance. He took advantage of the chances that he has out there, and he comes to play. He plays the game with a lot of aggression. He's there. He's in the right place at the right time. And you're looking for somebody who wants to get ahead and play hard. Not that they all don't want to play hard, but just some are better than others. The speed of the game is unbelievable today. The way they move that puck around, back and forth to shoot, the way they shoot the puck. I mean, the equipment's all different, the sticks are all different, and it's just a whole different game. They tic-tac back and forth, back and forth. I think the team's come a long ways. Nice to see Drysdale wear number 9 out there. I'm pretty happy with that, so keep on wearing it. But the guys do work their tails off out there, and just it's either in or, you know.
Well, life's about opportunity, and Jamie Drysdale came here. Obviously, the opportunity with Katagoche not wanting to play here, the trade was made. Sam Urson is sitting in his hotel room or his house one day. Carter Hart has a problem. You got to fill the void.
Sure.
Wally Pipp got sick one day. Lou Gehrig came in. See you, Yankees. I mean, life is about opportunity and taking advantage of it. We're going to talk about the Flyers' opportunities. They've lost 3 in a row after a road trip where they swept. See what John Tortorella might be saying. We'll talk about Mr. Kelly's ambassadorial role with the Flyers. Talk more about Alumni Weekend. Lots of stuff from a packed Chickies and Pete's here in Marlton. We'll be back. Kyle Morghini's in the house. Got a little laryngitis. He'll be here down the road. Stay with us.
I'm always striving to live my healthiest life, so I need a health plan that has my back. With Independence Blue Cross, I get access to the largest network of doctors and hospitals in the region and free virtual doctor visits 24/7. Plus, with premiums as low as $0 per month, I can stay on top of my health and keep my budget in check. Independence has given me coverage I can count on, and they'll do the same for you. Explore your coverage options and enroll today at ibx.com.
Is your home sad, lonely, and depressed? Feeling like the last house on a dead-end road? Your home may be suffering from muddy gutter syndrome. A simple call to the Delaware Valley Gutter Monkeys is the first step in the solution to muddy gutter syndrome, a medically recognized condition. Millions of homes suffer in silence from this disease, but now there's help. Break this silence and call the Delaware Valley Gutter Monkeys at 215-942-9200.
Give us a call and we'll professionally clean and repair your gutters. We'll make sure your whole roof drainage system is functioning properly and give your home our 10-point topside inspection. Visit us at DelawareValleyGutterMonkeys.com or call 215-942-9200 and we'll return your call the very same day.
Gutter cleaning by the Delaware Valley Gutter Monkeys may result in bright smiles, excessive happiness, joyous lawn dancing, and overzealous celebration. On rare occasions, cartwheels and backflips have occurred. A Delaware Valley Gutter Monkey treatment is safe for women who are pregnant or trying to become pregnant. Gutter cleaning may not be right for everyone. Only people whose homes who actually have gutters.
Visit us at DelawareValleyGutterMonkeys.com.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Old Boulevard, to get all your essentials in one place, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Hair Cuttery, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, R&J Smoothies and Juices, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one stop for all your shopping needs at South Oxford Valley Road and South Old Boulevard in Fairless Hills.
If you're looking for a stylish and sophisticated fine dining experience, visit your Eddie V's Prime Seafood restaurant near King of Prussia. Eddie V's Seafood features an abundant selection of fine wines and curated cocktails to complement exquisite steaks and seafood made from the highest quality ingredients. In the V Lounge, sip on imaginative handcrafted cocktails with attitude while enjoying signature appetizers. Conveniently located between I-276 and I-76 near the King of Prussia Mall. Call them today, 610-337-7823 to schedule your night out for Eddie V's Prime Seafood.
Joseph Anthony Retreat Spa and Salon is the true retreat from the everyday, with locations in Glen Mills, Springfield, and Center City. Joseph Anthony is a premier salon and spa destination that offers unique and luxurious services such as the soft back float and hydrofacial. The Center City location, located on the 5th floor of the beautiful Lowe's Hotel, is now open and features an exclusive summer menu where you can indulge in the Joseph Anthony experience in the exquisite Turkish bath. Joseph Anthony's little black card is the perfect gift for all your loved ones' relaxation needs. Call or go online to josephanthony.com. That's josephanthony.com. A truly unique dining experience awaits you at Fogo de Chão. Fogo de Chão awes patrons with their history and tradition of authentic Brazilian steakhouse, offering many cuts of decadent fire-roasted meats prepared over an open fire and served tableside by trained gaucho chefs. Fogo de Chão, 1337 Chestnut Street in Center City, Philadelphia. For reservations, go to www.fogo.com or call 215-636-9700.
Payroll Service Solutions was established in 2001 to cater to the payroll needs of small to medium-sized businesses. Payroll Service Solutions offers unparalleled customer service while they deliver a complete and accurate payroll. When calling Payroll Service Solutions, you will never be put into a voicemail or go through a series of prompts to get to a person. All customer service representatives are extensively trained to handle all of your payroll needs, therefore saving you time. They value each and every one of their clients. No account is too small. Call Payroll Service Solutions today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for a no-obligation review of your payroll needs. That number again is 1-866-PAYEASY. Payroll Service Solutions.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's. Our seasonal menu items are now available at all Chicky and Pete's locations. Enjoy our pork belly tacos or share a plate of South Philly crab fries featuring our world famous crab fries and cheese sauce topped with porchetta style pork belly, fried onion, and shaved provolone. Don't miss our specialty cocktails like the stateside mint chocotini or our cranberry margarita. Details at chickiesandpete's.com. Chickies and Pete's.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Once again, with your host, Paul Jolovitz, and former Flyer, Brad Marsh.
Alrighty, here at Chickies and Pete's, we'll talk about Danny Briere's State of the Flyers presser. That was today a little bit. He spoke on a myriad of issues. Right now it's time for the Smart Stat of the Week, brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Call Danny today at 1-866-PAY-EASY. That is 1-866-PAY-EASY. Jamie Drysdale, the Stat of the Week. Last night netted his first goal as a Flyer, hopefully the first of many for the young Blue Liner. Flyers playing with 7D. That was your Flyer Smart Stat of the Week. Once again brought to you by Payroll Service Solutions. Call them today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for the smart choice of payroll services. Payroll Service Solutions, catering to small and medium-sized business to handle all of your payroll needs. Call them once again at 1-866-PAY-EASY with Bob Kelly and co-host Brad Marsh. Marcy, John Tortorella has done an unbelievable job this year. Danny and Keith, the trade for Drysdale, Dan Hilferty, howling in the whole thing. Bob Kelly is an ambassador. Flyers have a fresh coat of paint this year, and there's a little bit of a rut right now. They've lost 3 in a row. Tortorella played 7D the other night because I don't think he cares what people think. 7D deserved to play, played 7D. Flyers, to me, are judged in life by what happens when the iceberg's in front of you. Anybody can sail in clear seas. So now the iceberg's in front of the Flyers a little bit with the Carter Hart thing. Lost 3 in a row. What does John Tortorella do, you think, to get it back in gear?
Well, I don't know. I can't remember the games per se, but we've lost. We had some losing stretches in this season and early in the year, and I think, a lot of people say, here we go, we're back to that rebuild, and and this is when we stumble, and this is when we start to drop down in the standings, and the boys rebounded, and the boys have played really solid. They've always answered the bell. And so I expect them to answer the bell, and you look at the games that we lost. You can make a reason, and I don't like using the word excuse, but Colorado's a pretty good team. Tampa Bay's been one of the hotter teams in the league recently.
All Cup teams for the last 5 years.
That is correct, and they got Vasil. I can never say his name. Vasilevsky, or the big Russian that stops the puck. So you can make. There's reasons why those games, but the one that really hurts is one of my former teams, the Ottawa Senators. You can't lose those games, but I expect they're going to rebound. I'm not worried about them because Torts has already set the stage. He started last year, and we got a great dressing room. The rebuild is in full steam ahead, and we'll see what the next half of the season brings.
All right, Mr. Kelly, you're an ambassador for this team. You're with a crowd of adult slates. Let's say you've got a thing tomorrow with 30 people to say, Mr. Kelly, the Flyers looks like they're sailing into an iceberg. Tough times. Tough people are made for tough times. What does Mr. Tortorella, what do the Flyers do? What did you do when you were having tough times back in the day?
I think you have to take a look at yourself in the mirror. You have to dig down, and it's not only about you; it's about the team. The team's got to play well too. Your defensemen are struggling a little bit when they go back there. You got to give them more support that maybe you wouldn't do at certain times there. I mean, everybody has a job to do. You know what your job is out there, and you just can't give up. You know, you got to believe in your skipper. And Freddie Sherrill, he didn't always believe in what he was trying to do, but you know, things seemed to work out. I mean, he's the one that scouted. He's the one that scouted the Russians when we beat the Russians here at the Spectrum. He also was the one that told us how we beat Boston Bruins. You know, by giving the puck to Bobby Orr. That sounds like, why would we do that? But it worked out. We tired him out. Nobody was dirty with him and stuff like that. And you know, he wore down. So I mean, the guys played really well, and you got to believe in your coach back there. And he doesn't take any prisoners whatsoever. He tells them like the way he wants to tell it. And now you got Coots back in the locker room. You got Atkinson back in the locker room. You got the younger guys picking up. Lawton's doing a great job out there, I think, anyways. And you know, the kids are here to play, and they play hard when they do, and they shoot the puck like crazy. And you know, it's building. It's a building step. It's a big building step for us.
All right, a lot of fans back in the day. I was a kid. I grew up in Washington, which was your other team, the Washington Capitals. Actually,
we won't talk about that.
Freddie Sherrill was called Freddie the Fog. A lot of people didn't understand his methods, his statements. Didn't really matter who understood what. It matters if the team understood it. And you guys won 2 cups. I'm sure you had slumps and injuries and other things that went against your grain. But what was one thing that Freddie Sherrill did more than anything else to drive you toward a cup and help you hoist that twice?
I think it's always been the team concept. Everything we've done has been around the team. When we get together and do stuff like that, the team bonds well together. We bond well together on the road. I think Brad will tell you the same thing. When we used to land in the cities, everybody had to go to the bar. And if you're a non-drinker, that's fine, but you still show up at the bar. There's a chair there for you. You know, spend a half hour there with the team and with the guys, and then everybody can break up and go in their own little pods or whatever it is. But you know, everything's about the team, and you got to pick up people who are struggling a little bit. They help you out. You help them out. You come to the defense of anybody out there that's in trouble and all that. I mean, you got to be a team. You got to be tight in the locker room, and everything that happens stays in the locker room.
All right, one thing the Flyers have made is some good trades. Danny and Keith, we know about the deals and what they've made, but a couple of years ago, Claude Giroux was ending his time as a Flyer. Where does he go? He only wanted to go to Ottawa. Chuck Fletcher kind of had his hands tied. Wound up getting a guy named Owen Tippett, who, in my opinion, is the best player the Flyers have. Travis Konecny's got more goals. You got potential. A lot of people. Owen Tippett, a power forward in Mr. Kelly's mold, is a hell of a player. He's on injury reserve now, out through the All-Star break, maybe a little longer. What does Owen Tippett give to this team, Brad? What do you think his ceiling is?
Well, I tell you what, he gives this team the highlight that everybody in the hockey world, sporting world, saw the next day with that spinorama goal that he scored a couple of games ago. And so everybody saw the Flyers logo on the, and it doesn't matter. It didn't have to be a hockey recap show. Every sports show showed that goal, and that was a heck of a trade that Chuck made, because you had mentioned Ottawa. He's in Ottawa now, but he went to Florida. Yep. He only went to, that's the only place he would go. But not only did we get Tippett, but we got a first round pick, which is this year in this year's draft, I believe. And so Chuck did a heck of a job on that deal itself, and it took Owen a little bit of time to find his groove, but he's great. And I'll tell you what, we got to take our hats off to Dave Brown and the pro scouts of the Philadelphia Flyers, because they found Tippett.
And when you see it, I'm sorry, were you not finished? I don't want to interrupt.
That's okay. No, I was just going to talk. To me, the pro scout is as valuable as the junior scout who watches the colleges and the junior leagues up in Canada, because there's so many players. Like Dave Tippett would still be on the outside looking in Florida's lineup. But for whatever reason, there's so many players drafted at 18, they're still finding their way at 21, 22, 23, and that's where your pro scout comes in, because he was an unbelievable junior. He didn't forget how to play hockey overnight. Yeah, and so the pro scouts, there's so many of those players, so go out and find us another couple. Dave Brown and your pro scouts team, go find us a few more Owen Tippetts.
Yeah, Bob, when you're around the Flyers as you are every day, I mean, you see this kid play, he's blooming before our very eyes. You always have potential, but that's starting to get turned into reality. Does he or other players like him, do you ever have the role where a guy will come to you and say, what do I have to do to take the next step? Do you ever offer advice? What's it like when you see a guy like Owen Tippett to make an example in the say you can be a better player if you do this. Does that happen?
Not too many people came to me asked my advice what kind of skill level you should have.
How do I skate, Bob?
Yeah, which way do I go? Freddie would say you take the shortest path to the to the buck and just go ahead and run it through the guys. So, but you know what I think they feed off of each other, which is what they should do. And you look up to Brad and the defensive side. How do I help him out? What help does he need? He might turn the wrong way, a couple times. He turns better the other way. And I think it's just it's that teamwork. You're just helping each other out. And Joe Watson was good. We had the Homans there. We had Eddie Van Hem's leadership. I mean, we had lots of veterans in there that would really help you out. Make you improve your game.
Alrighty, that's hopefully the Flyers will take that to heart and come out in Detroit tomorrow night and win one for the Gipper. I mean, for Carter Hart, for Owen Tippett, for the team, as Bob says and Brad says. You don't play for the name on the back of your jersey, you play for the emblem on the front. And this is the Philadelphia Flyers on the ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Bob Kelly with us, Brad Marsh, our co-host. Enjoying ourselves. Final segment follows this. Stay with us.
Billions of Americans are losing their medical assistance or Medicaid coverage. If this affects you, Independence Blue Cross can help. You may be eligible to enroll in a health plan for as little as $0 a month. With Independence Blue Cross, you get the largest provider network in the area, including most Keystone First doctors and hospitals. We also offer free 24/7 telemedicine, coverage for hospital stays and prescriptions. See if you qualify for $0 health insurance and enroll today. Call Independence Blue Cross at 1-844-464-2583 or visit ibx.com/staycovered.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Old Boulevard, to get all your essentials in one place, with the following businesses ready to serve you. Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Hair Cuttery, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, R&J Smoothies and Juices, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newton. Make Dion Square your one stop for all your shopping needs at South Oxford Valley Road and South Old Boulevard in Fairless Hills.
If you're looking for a stylish and sophisticated fine dining experience, visit your Eddie V's Prime Seafood restaurant near King of Prussia. Eddie V's Seafood features an abundant selection of fine wines and curated cocktails to complement exquisite steaks and seafood made from the highest quality ingredients. In the V Lounge, sip on imaginative handcrafted cocktails with attitude while enjoying signature appetizers. Conveniently located between I-276 and I-76 near the King of Prussia Mall. Call them today, 610-337-7823 to schedule your night out for Eddie V's Prime Seafood.
Joseph Anthony Retreat Spa and Salon is the true retreat from the everyday, with locations in Glen Mills, Springfield, and Center City. Joseph Anthony is a premier salon and spa destination that offers unique and luxurious services such as the soft pack float and hydrofacial. The Center City location, located on the 5th floor of the beautiful Lowe's Hotel, is now open and features an exclusive summer menu where you can indulge in the Joseph Anthony experience in the exquisite Turkish bath. Joseph Anthony's little black card is the perfect gift for all your loved ones' relaxation needs. Call or go online to josephanthony.com. That's josephanthony.com. A truly unique dining experience awaits you at Fogo de Chão. Fogo de Chão awes patrons with their history and tradition of authentic Brazilian steakhouse, offering many cuts of decadent fire-roasted meats prepared over an open fire and served tableside by trained gaucho chefs. Fogo de Chão, 1337 Chestnut Street in Center City, Philadelphia. For reservations, go to www.fogo.com or call 215-636-9700.
Payroll Service Solutions was established in 2001 to cater to the payroll needs of small to medium-sized businesses. Payroll Service Solutions offers unparalleled customer service while they deliver a complete and accurate payroll. When calling Payroll Service Solutions, you will never be put into a voicemail or go through a series of prompts to get to a person. All customer service representatives are extensively trained to handle all of your payroll needs, therefore saving you time. They value each and every one of their clients. No account is too small. Call Payroll Service Solutions today at 1-866-PAY-EASY for a no-obligation review of your payroll needs. That number again is 1-866-PAYEASY. Payroll Service Solutions.
Hi, it's Pete from Chicky and Pete's, official sports bar of your Philadelphia Eagles. Nobody does Flyers and Sixers watch parties better than Chickies and Pete's. Come for the best in-game experience and join the best fans in the world for all the hockey and basketball action. Enjoy all your Chicky and Pete's game day favorites. daily ice-cold draft beer specials and our seasonal cocktails. And of course, the unbeatable combination of Philly sports and Chickies and Pete's world-famous crab fries. It's game time only at Chickies and Pete's.
We now return to Chickies and Pete's for On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Once again, with your host, Paul Jolovitz, and former Flyer Brad Marsh.
Alrighty, guys, I'm going to get kind of hokey for a second, which I not normally am, but you guys got to deal with me and other media people and whoever through your day. Bob's an ambassador. Brad works the head of alumni relations. I think pretty much everybody would agree, our producer Brianne, Steven back at the station, that the future of the world, the future of fans, the future of everything is kids. And as you guys well know, but none of our listeners do because they didn't sit here during the break, you just had a kid, brother and sister, maybe 8 and 6, 9 and 7 come by. Bob, you lit up, talked to him for a bunch of time. The mom was there. Brad, you as well. You might have created 2 hockey fans for life. Kids that liked hockey, but now they've met a player in the NHL, and they're going to take that forward. How seriously do you take that as an ambassador? Because that was a tremendous moment to watch, Bob.
You know what? I enjoy the job, or I wouldn't be doing it. I enjoy being around people, trying to make people happy, helping people out, and it's all about a group. It's not about an individual. And you know, he came up and told me the story of what he's doing. He's doing the cube and all that stuff, so he won that. But you know, I enjoy seeing the smile on the kid's face and when they try. And I get to do the Learn to Play program. We're also back in schools now that COVID's supposed to be done. If you don't get it,
Yeah.
and so we're back doing the school assemblies again with DJ Hollywood down there. He rocks the place. We have Gritty down there, so we're back in there. So we're out in the community is the basis of our work. So we're always trying to get back to the community. We've merged with charities down there, so our department is larger now. We're involved in everything down there. Brad, all he does is run around, work on the computer, and do the stuff, and anything comes out and supports us. We have the caravans that go up and down the shore and all around in there. And again, it's all hands on deck when somebody calls. Everybody's there to help everybody out. So it's really, I enjoy doing that as opposed to some other things with the game. But, you know, it's part of the game. And like you said, you get a smile on the kid's face. And they started something in there, too. And the little kid, whoever the best kid is on the Mites on Ice out there, and he says, I am the Mite of the night, or the day of the night. So it's all good.
You're great down on the ice, and then at the games, the fans see what you do. Brad, I have a very good friend of mine, Ian Walsh, who was a referee in the NHL, who I know you tried to get for the alumni game. And Ian told me, totally unsolicited, he said, Brad Marsh was one of my idols growing up. He grew up in Philadelphia, he became an NHL ref, who knows what part was that, but kids are just so great. You handle that one so well. How much of your responsibility is, as we say in life, to pass it on?
Well, it's all about passing it on and being a role model for these kids. And obviously you can't reach out and touch every kid, you know, but it's the way you carry yourself, game in and game out, practice in and practice out. And now that in retirement, it's all the things that we do in the community that is going to give the kids something positive to look at. Oh, there's a professional athlete. That is really cool. But you know, the NHL and the Players Association a number of years ago came up with an unbelievable program. It's called Learn to Play, and every NHL city does it. And the Flyers, we have a huge Learn to Play program. And basically, what it is any kid from the ages of 5 to 9 can register. They get free equipment, skates, you know, all the pads, and of course a Flyers jersey. And then there's 12 rinks in and around this whole area that we have the Flyers Learn to Play every Saturday, and Hound goes out to a lot of those events, and it's just great. So you mentioned turning young kids into hockey fans. It's wonderful to go out to the Learn to Play, because a lot of them, it's their first exposure to the game. It's the parents' first exposure to the game, and the kids are hooked instantly. And then then we welcome them to the team, and they come to the game, and they're hooked. And it's a great program, and the league deserves a big pat in the back for developing that.
Mr. Snyder, obviously with Snyder Youth Hockey and all that great stuff around here. Yeah. Guys, we're coming up on the All-Star break, the trade deadline. We'll worry about the trade deadline down the road. The All-Star break, get a week off in the middle of the season. You're killing yourself. Obviously, everybody's tired at this point, and physically everybody's banged up. Bob, if you had a week off right now, I don't know if you had this week when you played, a little bit of a shorter All-Star break, but do you go somewhere? You obviously want to stay in shape, but what do you do during the week off to maybe get away and recharge?
Just hide from everybody.
Just hide?
Just hide from everybody, yeah. I mean, you find things to do. I mean, some people travel, some people go away. I still like to be close because the hockey is still in the back of my head right there. So a week off, you don't want to get any bad habits. It's just time. It's time to recharge and clean up some loose ends that you don't get an opportunity to do all the time because everybody's running in a different direction. So it's you're kind of beat up with all the travel. So it's nice to get a welcome break.
What'd you do, Brad?
Well, I hated time off during the season because this big old body would seize up. I like the daily routine of going to practice, and I'm one of the few that disagrees with these long breaks that they have during the season. They give them long breaks to rest up, but in my opinion, one of the reasons why a lot of them there seems to be a lot of injuries and so on, and very little practice time back from what we're used to is they give them a week off, then they give them another week off, then there's the All-Star break, and so, which is good, but then they have to condense the games into a shorter period of time, and so they're flying time zones and playing 2 and 3 and 4 games in 3 and 4 and 5 different nights type of thing, and so the body is tired. So yes, they need a break, but if they didn't have all these breaks during the season, they would be a little less stressed and tired during the season. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I hated time off during the season because I like going to the rink. I like hanging with the team, and plus we didn't have the money. Like these guys, all the professionals, they get a break, they're flying somewhere. Why would you fly south in the middle of a hockey season or winter, man?
Fly north, young man. There we go. Not a lot of people go to Siberia or the Canadian North for vacation there, but we'll find somewhere to go. We're here next week, the 31st at Audubon. We'll have another show, but this one's been a blast. Bob Kelly, thanks so much for coming here, for showing kids what it's like to be a pro, and for all you do. Had a blast with you. Thanks so much, and good luck in the future.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me on the show, and the kids are great.
They certainly are. Brad, we'll do it again next week.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy Alumni Weekend. You've worked so hard. Time to reap the fruits of your labor. Enjoy Alumni Weekend, everybody. Brianna O'Neill produced this program. Stephen Lawler back at the station. Flyers Alumni Game, 7 o'clock Friday. It's a Bruins Saturday afternoon. Mark Recchi inducted to the Flyers Hall of Fame. Enjoy it. It doesn't come along all the time. I'm Paul Jolovitz for Brad Marsh and Bob Kelly for On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. From Chickens and Pizza Martin saying good night, good hockey, and go Flyers.
You've been listening to On the Ice, presented by Independence Blue Cross. Tonight's show is an exclusive presentation of 1490 WBCB and heard around the world at WBCB1490.com.